Cool. That's cool. That's not my point that they're getting the therapy. I'm analyzing why they get the therapy. And again, despite the fact that they have all the benefits of equality and they're still able to double dip and get the benefits of being a woman, they're still reporting lower levels of life satisfaction.
Did you say double dip to get lower the advantages of being a woman?
Yes.
Did you know that 57% of all doctors now are women? Women are skyrocketing in AI and the intelligence agencies. Who says they're not happy?
You gotta listen to me, man.
Myron Gaines absolutely dismantles the illusion of modern female empowerment. While everyone's bragging about options, careers, kids, independence, Myron pulls the plug and exposes how all that freedom still ends in misery and medication. Because the truth is, when women double dip, the system crashes. Let's plug in.
I am listening.
When I say double dip, what I mean by that is, on one end, they could pursue a career and behave like a man. Fine. But on the other hand, they could say, you know what? I elect to leave the workforce and I want to be a stay-at-home mom. They have the choice to do either or.
No, there's a third option. Work and take care of the kids and still be happy.
Fantastic. So they have three options, which what I'm trying to explain here is despite having all these options, they're still using medication. They're still having higher levels of life dissatisfaction. So that's my point, is that despite the progression socially,
man, this guy looks
still reporting high levels of dissatisfaction.
Right.
What was his name?
20% of women have children, right?
And I guess
so
we could
maybe there's another reason besides the.
Let's just call him Tom.
You're thinking them being bored as a justification. That's fine. I disagree with that.
I'm just saying it seems narrow-minded and mean. Like I don't care what
Tom
anyone does. It's like
butthurt.
really horrible. I'm not going to put a sign up here and call him a slut. You know.
Okay. And then you also mentioned something about the hoe phase for women, right?
I didn't say anything about hoe phase. I said if they're going through a phase where they
like hoe phase.
You called it a hoe phase.
No,
I didn't.
Yeah, ladies know. A lot of y'all ladies know about that hoe
phase.
phase.
What's wrong with that? They've changed one day and they want a relationship.
That's defined as a hoe phase.
Either you or a friend, someone out there.
It means having a good time and enjoy life. You call it a hoe. I call it having a good time. Just like men.
Okay.
It's a two-way street. The man fucks the woman, right?
Yeah.
So the men, why aren't the men? If you call a man a slut,
that's fine. For intensive purposes, so people understand, you're okay with women having a hoe phase. Fine.
No, I'm okay with women sleeping with who they want as long as no one's getting hurt, no one's getting a disease,
no, they're not hoes.
For it. It's okay for me. I don't
Progressives refuse to use the English language directly. That's fine.
What's that?
He's really defending his daughters.
You don't like the term, that's fine. I'm going to
call
it a hoe
must be
phase.
some hoes.
My two daughters, I don't like to call them hoes. Yeah.
No, he won't call them hoes.
If we're gonna have a conversation, we don't have to be on some virtue signaling stuff. You don't want to use
virtue
that term. That's fine.
my opinion. I just told you have two daughters. It's not virtue signaling.
I'll use the term then. You're making the argument that what's so wrong with a woman going through a hoe phase? The problem with that is when a woman
he's defending his daughter's honor.
What's up happening is they get this mindset of the grass is greener on the other side, and the more men that they've slept with and the more men they are with. What ends up happening is they have a bigger body of work to compare the man that they're with against. That is not good. Because
wait, if they have a bigger body to compare against and they choose the guy, he must be better than all the guys they fucked. So he's on top of the hill.
Well, that would have. See, here's the thing.
Wow,
that's
a lot of
assuming
fucking
women are
going
logically
on
sound.
here.
They're not. See,
no, women are more logical than men. Who starts most of the fights? Who shoots most of the people? Who stabs and reacts? It's fucking men, you know. Who makes the best? Who caught Osama bin Laden? A woman. Okay. Women are way smarter than men when it comes to logic. Don't be ridiculous. Men are better scientists, but women are smarter when it comes to logic.
Where's he getting his facts from?
That's not true, but that's fine, regardless. Because you're coming at it from a perspective like, oh, they should be logically sound. They've had 100 partners. If they find a nice guy, they should pick the nice guy because this nice guy is better than these 100 guys. But
wait, why can't they pick an asshole? They don't have to pick a nice guy. They can pick a dick.
Here's the thing. Yeah, you're
they
assuming
pick a lot of dick.
Women are rationally sound, logically sound creatures.
Yes.
The problem is they're not.
Yes.
Let me explain what I mean by this. There's a reason why the phrase nice guys finish last is a thing. The reason why is because a girl will have a guy that does everything that he's supposed to do. Nice guy, works, treats her like a princess, pedestalizes her, whatever. What does she do? You said it earlier. She gets bored. Well, we know that women are far more likely to get bored in relationships than men. And they're more likely to end a relationship than a man. So the problem is...
in a marriage.
Relationships and marriages, regardless, right? So, and women are far more likely to get bored in a relationship. So my argument is, when she has a bigger body
they're
of
less
work,
logical? I say they're more logical. And they have more guts. They'll say, hey, fuck you, I'm sick of you, I'm moving on.
They're less.
Again, it's an opinion. You know, it's an opinion. You have your opinion, I have mine, okay? If you're bored, let's say you were married and you're sick of your wife and everything you do to get her to change, she just won't do it. You're just going to stay there and be miserable? You're going to find another woman.
In general, most men would keep their wife.
I'm asking you what you would do if you were sick
What
of
I
your
would
wife.
do, what I would do is irrelevant. I'm speaking in general here. Most men would stay. There's a reason why, another famous phrase, it's cheaper to keep her. Most guys are not going to go ahead and file a divorce on their wife unless she's doing something horrible. It's the women that initiate.
I know
so
that.
again,
You are correct. on
Going
that,
back,
yes.
going back to the whole body of work
I
thing.
don't know. If I'm
Look,
miserable,
like, I'll give you an example, right?
I might
If I
have
had
to
sex
pay
with
my
100
way
girls,
out.
right, and I find one girl that's awesome, and I compare that one girl that's awesome to the body of work of the 100 girls that I've had sex with, that makes me better as a man because now I realize, oh, this girl's good. She knows what she's doing. She's not a 304. She serves me. She submits to me. She obeys me. Fine.
Oh,
I will
submits
value.
and obeys you.
Okay,
So when
don't
you
get-
come
don't
home,
get
she
tripped
puts
up
a
on a
red
word.
carpet
Uh-oh.
out and blows
Yeah.
trumpets.
Triggered, butthurt.
Makes you
Yes.
meals.
And feeds
Sits
me
around
grapes.
being miserable.
And feeds me
He's
grapes.
triggered.
So I am able to appreciate that. But on the other hand, with women, when they have 100 partners, they get the nice guy that comes in and kind of saves them at the end. They're going to be bored with that guy because all these men that they hooked up with that were the Chads and the Alphas and the
You see the
good-looking guys or
one
whatever
behind
that
the
gave them that
girl?
excitement.
She's like,
they're
it
not getting that
happens.
anymore.
He's
How do you
right.
know? You
It
said that all
happens.
women are dorks that can't fuck them well and can't
Hey,
take them on vacations
dorks.
and change the way
Who
they
uses
have
that
their
word
attitude?
dorks?
That's ridiculous
What
to
I'm-
assume that
what
every
I'm-
guy that gets married is a nice
2025.
guy. If men are doing that, they're
what I'm
pussies.
trying to explain,
They need
what
to
I'm
have a
trying
better
to
going out
ball.
with a
explain- what I'm
dork.
trying to explain is when men have a body of work with their sexuality, we are able to better discern a good partner for us because as men, we're the ones that come with the skin in the game. For women, however,
Women don't
they
have skin in the game? What
Not
if
as
you
much
meet a
as us.
millionaire woman who's a doctor and
Not-
she has plenty of money
Men have
and
to-
you're not you, but one's a loser. He's a fucking
Okay,
and he
so
marries
that
her.
millionaire woman you just mentioned, she's still
Where's
gonna
that
want a guy
millionaire
that makes about
doctor of
67% more than her.
No, she doesn't. I know a lot of women that have money and don't give a fuck. The ones
if
with
we
money.
if we can't even agree on biological facts that women want a guy who's better than them in every regards, and her social status has nothing to do with what the guy has, and if anything, it's gonna increase her standards. If we can't even agree on that,
Some women
then
do want men with
staggering
money.
majority.
Some women
Staggering
do.
majority.
But what I was saying is, what
if a
about
girl
the
makes
woman who
$100,000
has
a
money?
year, the guy's got to make significantly more than she does.
I'm seeing.
This guy, he's pretty funny. He thinks women have 3 paths to happiness: work, stay home, or do both. Myron says reality doesn't match that brochure. Even with choices everywhere, modern women are reporting more anxiety, more depression, and more dissatisfaction than ever. Why? Because more options don't mean more fulfillment. They mean more confusion, more comparison, and more regret. Then comes the word game. Tom refuses to call it a whole phase. He calls it just having fun. But Myron decodes it for what it is, a phase of inflation. Every new partner adds to the comparison list, and that mental body count becomes a virus. Because once you've sampled the top 10%, it's almost impossible to feel satisfied with the 90% that follows. That's not judgment, that's dopamine economics. The modern message says, secure the bag. Men say, secure your peace. Men don't care about your money, they care about your reputation. A high-value man doesn't want to share his legacy with an OnlyFans thumbnail. He'll smash it, but he won't sign that paper. And that's the code modern dating hides. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the video.
And what if a woman has money? She doesn't always want someone who has a higher status than her. She may want someone who's on the same level, higher or lower. There's a whole bunch of different options, not just one. You know?
Again,
What's this guy buying a car?
that assumes that they're being logically sound.
He's
and
got all
rational.
these options going.
Women get turned on by different things. They put men in different roles. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So again, my argument from what I said before is when they have their body of work, okay, and they can have this grass is greener on the other side mentality, well, they're going to be more
This
apt to
guy,
leave their
Tom,
guy.
he'll
And we
take
have
the-
the numbers to show this.
They take
Women
the
that
whole
marry as
package, I
virgins
think.
are far more likely to stay within their marriage. Women with lower body counts.
You got to be kidding
Yes.
me. You know what she's really thinking? I wish I'd fuck all these other guys, and
family
now I'm
institute-
alone and miserable.
There's
This
a-
is what
There he
brain-
There's a
goes.
plethora of
He
family
likes them
data that
hoes,
shows
huh?
that the lower
What data?
a woman's sexual partner history, the higher the likelihood that marriage is going to last. Because it comes back to the theory I just gave you, where less body of work means less comparisons, less grass is greener on the other side mentality, and it kind of diffuses the problem that we have with social media. Another big problem is the internet and social media and our connectivity. Because when women are able to talk to and speak to and get offers from higher status men, well, Tom, that's a good guy, right? That makes 50K per year. All of a sudden, he's not as attractive. And we know
Not
this
always.
because
I know plenty
a
of
lot
women that fall in love and have
and-
their partner, and they don't say, "Oh, a guy coming along with money, I'm leaving you." I don't. Sometimes that happens because I think the woman married for the wrong reasons. She marries a guy that she's not happy with. She settles, like most people, And then finally she leaves when something better comes along. That is true that does happen.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's the majority of women.
Yeah, well,
'Cause you just said it was a 50% divorce rate.
No.
So it'd be 50-50.
What I'm saying is that it's very simple. Women are more likely to end relationships. Women are more likely to get bored. Women are more likely to be able to find a replacement after the relationship. And on top of that, we have social media, the internet, dating apps. We have all these different things in play that afford women a multitude of options romantically. So what this has done is it's made average women have extraordinary reach, okay, and connectivity with higher status men. Women are hypergamous. If they can get a higher status guy and they have access to a higher status guy, they will go for the higher status guy.
Simple.
And forego
Connect the dots.
the nice guy that makes
Come on,
30,
Tom.
50K per year. Who
Connect
can be
the
a good
dots,
suitor.
Tom.
And this is what happens where
This is
women
why
will
your
have all
daughters
these
aren't
options,
married.
and they will think that they can do better. That's how
Yeah,
they are.
but
They're
let me
like
ask you, if
chronic
you're going to go
gamblers.
get married, are you going to pick an ugly, disgusting human being, or are you going to pick someone who you're attracted to? What's wrong? Are you going to pick someone unattractive, or are you going to pick someone that turns you
From
on?
the female or male perspective.
I said, if you were going to get married, would you pick someone who's unattractive and doesn't do it for you?
We're talking about women. My personal wants and needs in a partner is completely, that has nothing to do with the conversation at hand. I'm explaining to you how women may select in modern day society and why that is problematic.
I know, I got you. What I'm saying is just because we have different ways of choosing people doesn't mean you choosing a woman because she's attractive is better than a woman choosing a man because he has money. And I'm saying that's probably the minimum. Maybe you see it around here, a lot of sugar babies, but in the real world elsewhere,
There's them
I
sugar
think
titties.
at least half of the women will marry someone
babies.
because they care about him or they want to be with, or they
baby.
settle. I think it's something like that. And yes, you're right. There are women out there that marry men for their money. But that doesn't mean that because we have different ways of looking at things, the end game isn't the same. You marry someone who you're attracted to, you want to be happy to, whether it's the looks for men or money for women or whatever the choice is, or a mental connection, You're going to pick someone you want to be with. And now people are living to be 70, 80, 90. That's a big commitment,
Yeah, I think you're kind of oversimplifying the problem, and you're not really seeing my position on it. Because I
do see
you're
your
using
position.
you're using the male lens of attraction when the male lens of attraction is significantly different than the female lens of attraction. So in
know.
other words,
I know. I agree
men-
with you.
Yeah,
This isn't about controlling women. It's about decoding the programming that tells them chaos equals freedom. Because when dopamine becomes your compass, peace feels like boredom. And that's why so many independent women end up lonely, scrolling, medicated, and angry at the men who stopped caring. The Matrix didn't enslave them. It sold them a glitch dressed as empowerment. In the Matrix, you can chase freedom or fulfillment, but you rarely get both. Myron Gaines just exposed another system flaw. So guys, stay awake, stay aware, and keep decoding the illusion. This is the Matrix Breakdown.